Ooh, we might have just beat him with the frost. Let's go. And we beat your mom's chest hair. Ah, feels good, doesn't it? Don't want to be worse than your mom's chest hair, that's for sure. What are the chances your opening play in Wordle will actually be correct? According to the free dictionary, there are 158,390 words with 5 letters. That means your first guess in Wordle being correct is less likely than getting struck by lightning. Hell, your first answer being correct is 10 times more unlikely than you will be injured by a toilet. Wow, really? Well, considering what we do to toilets on a regular basis, I'm not surprised that they're fighting back.
Oh my god, stop with the potty talk. Who even said you had to solve the Wordle on the first try? Ugh, you get 6 attempts.
Absolutely. But when you kick off the Wordle with your favorite pet word, trying to get it on that first try, how likely are you to get it on the second or the third attempt? Not everybody will get as lucky as Clint Stevens. Most of the time, we're going to be like Pokey.
I don't know if this is a word, bro.
Even when we high roll good information, that doesn't mean we necessarily know how to use it. Although our favorite pet words that we start Wordle with may add a flair of personality, at the end of the day, they're really handicapping us pretty hard on being able to solve the Wordle in 6 attempts. We need a system, a surefire way to give us the best possible chances of succeeding. We need to improve the odds from getting struck by lightning to striking out with Bay, because that is a guarantee. At least for me. I don't know about all y'all out there. Maybe y'all watching are just straight Giga Chads and Giga Gals, and getting pummeled by a toilet is more likely than your partner saying no to your sexual advances. Whatever. Enough about bays and toilets attacking us and whatever. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty and the whole reason we're here. How do you get better at Wordle? The troll answer would be play Squabble, forehead. But I'm here to bestow real knowledge. From playing a bunch of Squabble, I have 3 key concepts that'll help you succeed. And for the Wordle folks, you can just use the first key concept and you'll never fail another Wordle again. Well, almost never fail. Look, if you're like Pokey and you think that other isn't a word, I can't help you. But brain farts aside, this system, this first key concept, will guarantee many, many, many victories in Squabble and especially Wordle. Concept number 1, diverse letter word strategy. You want your first 4 guesses to cover as many letters of the alphabet as possible. It doesn't matter which 4 words you use as long as those 4 words cover the 20 most common letters used in the English language and exclude these 6 letters right here: J, K, Q, V, X, and Z. The reason this strategy is so powerful is that it gives you the most information about what letters exist in the word you're trying to solve. Many times you'll have all 5 letters figured out. And if you don't, then you can quickly deduce if the word uses double letters, an unusual letter, or both. Now, if you start seeing a couple yellows and greens in those first few guesses, do not be tempted to try and solve the word. Stay the course with this strategy. The only reason you would skip typing out all 4 of your diverse letter words is if all 5 letters have been revealed within the first 3 guesses. We just got brine. There you go. Bada bing, bada boom. The reason it's so important to keep going and keep doing all 4 of your diverse letter word group guesses is that even if you see yellows and greens, you want to gather more information. You want to know what other letters are actually not in the word. When you try to solve the answer based on the first yellows and greens you see, it's like trying to catch a rabbit with your bare hands in an open field. By sticking to the diverse letter word strategy and eliminating possible letters from the answer, it's like we're slowly building a fence around this rabbit, which eventually has nowhere to go, and you will catch it. Here are some diverse letter word groups you can use for your games of Squabble, Wordle, or any other spin-off that is about solving 5-letter words. Don't worry about having to write these down. All of these groups will be in the description below. These are not the only diverse letter word groups that exist. If you know one that's not on the screen, be sure to leave it as a comment below. That way we can keep the conversation going and share other intel on how to just get better at these types of games. This is the diverse letter group that I personally like to use. It starts with wrong, then cebid, then lymph, and then tufas. Don't ask me what a cebid or a tufas is. I just am attached to this word group because I came up with it on my own with the help of a Scrabble word finder to help me come up with these really weird ones to flesh out using all 20 letters that I wanted to use. And quite frankly, the fact that this diverse letter group uses a couple super weirdo words, I think is actually an advantage, because if these super weirdo words were actually the answer to the puzzle, the fact that they're part of your beginning group set makes them so much easier to solve versus try to figure out later. Concept number 2, grind games.
Oh my God, Brian, like anyone could have said practice. Ugh, is this even a real tip?
Okay, you caught me. Grind games is just a cute way of saying the cliche, practice makes perfect, but there's a reason that that became a cliche. It's true. The more games of Squabble I play, the more reps I get with typing a particular set of diverse letter words. This means I'll be solving the answers a lot faster because I'm saving time with typing. Also, the more you play, the better you'll be at seeing patterns. You'll start to recognize double letters and missing unusual letters faster. From grinding Squabble, I'm able to solve words like jihad and sexes pretty fast. If either of those words were the solution for the daily Wordle, a lot of people would be bitching, especially if they're not using a diverse letter word strategy. I can't emphasize this enough. The diverse letter word strategy is the most important concept. You don't have to grind games to be good. Using a diverse letter word set will vastly improve your Wordle solve rate and actually make you competitive at playing games like Squabble. But since Squabble is a competition against other players, grinding games to type faster and learn patterns of weird and difficult words will improve your placements. Murex. Murex is a word, gang. No planet I get that correct if it wasn't for diverse word strat. Oh my God. Concept number 3, lobby awareness. Since Squabble is a game against other people, like you are literally competing against other players in real time, it is very important to pay attention to how your opponents are doing in a particular Squabble match. Lucky for you, in Squabble, there's a little animation every time you solve a word and the board resets. This is the perfect time window for you to quickly scan around to see everyone else's life totals in the lobby. If the remaining players are low HP, it is time to ramp up the speed and try and win the game. In Squabble, you deal damage every time you solve a word, and you also gain back HP every time you solve a word. And this applies to your opponents as well. So that's why solving words very quickly when your opponents are at low HP can actually knock them out before they have a chance to gain more health points back to keep themselves safe. You can also flip this idea and apply it to yourself. So for example, maybe you have to solve words faster than usual because you're in danger of dying and actually getting knocked out. Or maybe your HP is so high, you don't even have to solve the word. Maybe you even purposely fail the word.
Excuse me, mister, but you're supposed to solve the word. You can't win without solving words.
True, but hey, I didn't say don't solve any words. At the end of the day, you need to solve words to win at Squabble. But you may not have to solve this very word you're on. And you may want to purposely fail the specific word you're on right now. At the time of this video, because of how losing and gaining HP works in Squabble, there are times to strategically fail a word. Sure, you will take a significant amount of damage for failing a word, but as long as the other players don't immediately punish you for it, solving a bunch of words quickly after the fail will recover the lost HP and sometimes recover even more HP than you had lost. This is an important concept in Battle Royale Squabble. Every second you lose HP when you're thinking on how to solve a particular word. So the longer it takes to solve a word, the faster you're dying. It's better to take the intentional fail and lose the HP fast than bleed the same amount of HP trying to figure out a super difficult word you eventually never solve. Now, this strategy works best in Battle Royale mode and early on in the match. When you play Blitz or it's a heads-up situation in Battle Royale, the remaining players can easily punish you for missing a word, because keep in mind, the lobby's not as big, there's not as much time, and at the end of the game, the players are the best that were in the lobby. But overall, it's a sound strategy. It's better to fail a word quickly than spend too much time trying to solve it. I'm not exactly sure when the HP loss of thinking time and fail time meet. Leave a comment below if you actually know the math behind that. But failing fast is almost always better than thinking too long. Because the faster you fail a word, the faster you can get to words you can solve quickly. Remember that in Squabble, every time you solve a word, you gain HP and your opponents lose HP. Accelerating yourself to opportunities of gaining HP and dealing damage is worth the HP loss of taking a fail early on. So there are three main concepts to dominate at Squabble. The first one will help you immensely in your daily Wordle. Number one, we want to use a diverse letter word strategy. Number two, just grind games, practice. And number three, lobby awareness. And Squabble players watching, if there's something egregious that I missed that really should be in this lineup, a fourth thing, let me know in the comments below. Let's just make maybe a sequel to this video so everyone can just level up at Squabble. Special shout out to Automated. He is incredible. He is the genius behind Squabble. He coded the whole thing himself. I love the game and I'm super happy that it exists. So special shout out to Automated. Also a special shout out to Ludwig. I know Ludwig finances a lot of Automated's projects. He may have helped create and pay for Squabble getting built. I also know that Ludwig has played Squabble on his live streams and helped popularize the game, which makes it better for everyone. Now more people know about the game and you can go there and do a pickup game and there's always people there playing. The game's fire very quickly. So special shout out to both of them. They're amazing content creators. Links to their stuff in the description below. So hopefully you learned something in this video and you can solve Wordle style games more often. At least more often than your toilet injures you.